Here we are, back at it again. Three grown-ass men giggling about farts and diarrhea. And will we stop? Heck no. Will we fold under the pressure of all three of our haters on the internets? Heck no. We have three patrons. How do you like them apples? Checkmate. We out here. And next week, we'll be coming at you live from YouTube and Twitch. Check out our socials for more details. Haters and patrons, welcome. In the meantime, though, my name is Jake.
I'm Brandon.
And I'm Matt.
And this is Qualified Nonsense.
What's up?
We're doing a live show.
Yep, turning up the pressure. We talked about it, and we think that it would be kind of fun to get our faces back out there since it's been a year and some since we've done our last live show. So I think that'd be fun. And what a way to turn up the heat than by announcing it in the intro, so that we would have to be doing it, at the end of whatever it is, July.
And also, there'll be full frontal nudity. So tune in.
It's Qualified Nonsense Live. Musical guest.
I like the sleeveless too. It's like you're rocking.
Have you seen that account online that they just show clips of the hosts of SNL introducing the musical guests?
No.
Whole
profile just dedicated that?
Yeah.
God, that's awesome.
There's one of Patrick Stewart hosting, and he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, salt and pepper."
Nice.
It's just the way he says it. It's like, pepper.
So what's been going on with you guys since we've talked last?
It's been a while. Nothing. Let's get to the questions.
We could just slide in. Oh, you know what? Actually, no. I want to take a special thanks for a special thanks that we got on our subreddit, Qualified Nonsense. If you haven't already checked it out, check it out. There's not a lot happening there, but there's some things here and there, and you can add to it, and we'll respond. That's the subreddit Qualified Nonsense. But a friend of ours, friend of the pod, Critical End 110, reached out and said that he had his first kid, and he has been listening to old podcasts of ours and has been having a good time with it. And yeah. So Critical End, congratulations on the kid. Thanks for listening, and we're glad that we were able to make some of those sleepless nights a little more interesting, a little more unqualified.
And if you subscribe to our Patreon, we can make it even more exciting for you. Those late night diaper changes.
Or we can make you feel even more sleepy.
Yeah. Yeah. Our last episode, some of the pauses they would easily nod off to.
Just leave it playing. We need the full listen.
Yeah,
for the
that helps.
Analytics.
Well, congrats on the newborn. Thank you for listening.
You actually, Brandon, you actually get a special call out in some early episode. You say something about being low-key savage, and he says, P.S. Brandon, I think the kids would say you're low-key savage. Not sure what the reference is.
I get it. Low-key is bad. Low-key means that you're lame.
Oh, does it?
It's kind of like calling somebody mid.
Yo. Why you gotta be tossing? No, that's not a phrase.
They gotta be tossing salad over here. Oh wait, it's throwing shade. No, I mean this will have already happened by the time this comes out, but in several weeks ago. But Matt's planning a visit to come see me at the end of this week.
I'm actually, I'm heading out in a couple of days to go hang out in Eugene with Brandon for a few days and get into
Oh,
some
nice.
shenanigans.
Oh man, you guys will have
We're
to take some
gonna
pictures.
we're gonna be homeless for
So
the
you can
weekend.
confirm that Eugene is in fact the highest per capita homeless population.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah,
We just double check that.
we'll see how many soup kitchen meals I get. I'll be the judge of that.
Nice. Do you guys have specific spots you're gonna hit? Do you have like a particular
Just
watering hole or
itinerary.
Just dive
itinerary?
bars, really.
Yeah.
We're just gonna be eating and drinking the whole time. We might go to a Led Zeppelin cover band on Friday, maybe.
Ooh, that's fun.
Maybe we'll see.
We'll see if we make it there.
I've been getting back into Led Zeppelin, having taken a very long hiatus. And music aside, well, no, actually, I only want to talk about the music. Really enjoyed like playing albums that I haven't heard in a long time. Yep, that's it. That's it for me. Led Zeppelin.
is
I'm going to
kinda-
go out on a limb and say Led Zeppelin was a good band.
You guys heard about these this group, the Beatles?
They're decent. They're pretty decent.
Decent, yeah.
No, I used to listen to like only classic rock, and then I kind of faded away with it. But then lately, I've been listening to more and more. Like, I don't know, there's something about like, you know, with the headphones and like cranked all the way up, like listening to AC/DC. It's
Heck yeah.
kind of fun. Maybe it's just like reaching a certain age, and it's like I'm like this dad now or whatever who's listening to this kind of old music really loud.
So that's really interesting because I always associate your music taste with classic rock. But when did it change, and what have you been listening to since like post UPS?
I mean, it's not that I really stopped listening to it. I just started listening to other things as well, and
I see.
like newer music, and by newer I mean like more like 80s and 90s music.
Oh, that new.
He finally got into the
but then
Bonnie
also-
Raitt era.
Like I like listening a lot to like 60s and 70s country music. And
Nice.
also lately, like this is like very like somewhat recently, like the last year, I've been listening to a lot of jazz stuff. Just as I'm like working at the computer or whatever, like just doing something like I kind of like just having
Yeah.
like old like 50s and 60s kind of jazz on.
Do you listen to like albums or playlists on Spotify, or do you have, like
just usually just playlists. Like I haven't like gone in deep. Like I'm not like, oh, you should really listen to this era of whatever, you know,
like hosting dinner parties and mandate that nobody talks so you can listen to the vinyl.
Yeah.
nice?
Yeah, but if you really just if everybody would just listen, there's this transition right here is what changed the.
Yeah.
It just totally changed the landscape of yeah.
I've just recently, while working, gotten into. There's some. I'll send them to you, but there's some like DJ channels that play like a DJ set of like 60s and 70s. I guess like jazz, but Japanese jazz specifically, which doesn't have like a ton of lyrics in them, but or rather, I guess they're Japanese DJs, and they borrow some from Japanese like jazz as well as the U.S. jazz. Anyway, it's really enjoyable, and they do like hour-long sets ish, so it's sort of like a nice, like, you just press play and you let it cruise. It's pretty fun. But yeah, I've been digging that sort of music lately.
Yeah, kind of like the hipper stuff, not like the like smooth jazz like Kenny G
No, yeah.
stuff.
Just listen to Christmas music on repeat.
I also like lo-fi. I like working to lo-fi I try to avoid the AI generated lo-fi
What,
music.
what does that mean?
Lo-fi is
What
just
that
sort
is?
of like, it's like it's like coffee house sort of slow beats with like j- jazzy sort of electric guitar, not like distortion electric, just sort of like chord picking, I guess, chord picking with like a beat behind it. It's
What
like
he's
just,
trying to say is you wouldn't like it. I'm kidding.
yeah. There's a thing called a synthesizer, and no, no, it's nice. It's just relaxing, but it's pretty simple. It's just like a, I don't know. I'm not. I'll send you a
We'll put some lo-fi in our reels on this one.
yeah.
I've
All
gotten
right.
into two very weird genres. Like as I've gotten more consistent with the gym, I'll look up like hype playlists and kind of narrow them down because a lot of them are just like gangster rap and stuff that I wouldn't normally do. But the beautiful thing about Spotify is it can cater your taste. So I sent Brandon you one of them, but there's this guy who does exclusive like mashups for classic rock stuff, and it's really, really great to work out to. Because it has like that bass drop, but it's also like set out down to Memphis, working for the FBI. You know, it's like, but then, like to wind down my evenings, I found the 528 hertz playlists, which are all just a very specific frequency, and they're kind of like ambient sounds. Like they just help me drift off to nice sleep.
That's right, because you fall asleep with headphones on.
Yeah, I have a headband that I wear that has like thin, really shitty speakers in it because you can't. I mean, there's no good
Right.
way to do that.
Yeah.
But it's like it's just enough for that. If you add any bass to it, they'll go in your ear. You're like, that's not relaxing. I'm scared.
Okay, I looked up lo-fi. Lo-fi is short for low fidelity, is a music production aesthetic that embraces imperfections and a relaxed, mellow vibe. Thanks, thanks, Gemini. Large language model. Cut down a handful of
So
trees to
is
get
it,
that response.
so is it AI generated
No,
music?
well,
Or?
so
He
so
sounds so confused. Does a computer do
no,
it or not?
because I mentioned
It's all computer.
there is a lot of AI because it's very simple. AI has been able to recreate it very easily. So there's a lot of AI artists and AI like music out there that does decent lo-fi.
My grandson told me about that.
But I was specifically seeking out people who make it and don't use AI or computer generated versions of it. So I'll send you some. And listeners, like, pipe in here if you like lo-fi and can explain it better than I did. Which I can't imagine because I explained it really, really well.
For my workouts in the morning, I've been listening a lot lately to like 90s rock, like like Pearl Jam and Alice in Chains and
Nice.
Weezer and stuff like that.
We've
Which is
introduced. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, which is not music that I probably should have listened to it when it came out, but I just never did.
Got Brandon like singing to the rooster in there. Yeah, got the rooster. No, yeah. Oh, sorry, Brandon. You got something to contribute to the meeting?
We were introducing sort of 90s rock and roll to, well, and alternative, I guess, to the kids the last couple of weeks. And Teenage Dirtbag has been playing in our house pretty much nonstop, and everyone's been singing it, like humming it. stuck in everyone's head, but it's pretty
It's
funny.
kind of interesting with the kids. We introduced Guardians of the Galaxy to them, and that's all
Oh
like
yeah.
a very fine. If you listen to like volumes 1, 2, and 3, it's a great classic rock selection. So our girls have kind of ventured that way, and then we just showed them the Labyrinth. So now they're all
Mm,
about David Bowie, and then
sure.
they found out that David Bowie and Queen sang Under Pressure together.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
like our oldest will get together with her friends, and they're like, "Put on that Olivia Rodrigo song," and my oldest is like, "Do you have Under Pressure by David Bowie?"
Oh, so she's the coolest kid in the
Well,
in
she
the
she
room.
is she is with the parents because I forget where they were. They were over at somebody's house and they were just like, play this song," and Margot asked if they could play Dance Magic Dance by David Bowie, and the dad was like, "Who requested this?" She's like, "Oh, I don't." He's like, "Yes," you know.
Yeah, nice. You are allowed
Um,
back at this house.
we last weekend before last, we went to the beach with Chris has friends who live in Iowa, and they were in Oregon. And we went to the beach with them, and they have
Was that their
two
first time to the
daughters.
beach?
No, no.
Okay.
They've been before, but their daughters are, I think, 12 and 14, something. But anyway, the younger one, she's really into Queen and likes like Freddie Mercury and stuff. So I think it's, I don't know. There's like a generational thing
Yeah, I mean,
where
so our kids really like that music, but they also like current stuff, or I guess current stuff. Like they're going down the old Britney Spears route, and we were at my father-in-law's house, and there wasn't a he didn't have a speaker that you could just Bluetooth in, and they were just listening to it on the phone. I was like, well, I'll just look up "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time" on YouTube, and it was the music video, and you could see how uncomfortable my kids were because they're like, can we put on a different music video? Like, kind of like a risque kind of thing.
Yeah.
Can we just listen to David Bowie? And like we looked up his music videos. It's like, you don't think that this is risque? Just kind of weird.
well, you want to take a break and come back with questions?
Yeah. It's probably a good
Yeah.
idea.
I'll be right back. And welcome back. Feel free to drop us a line at qualifiednonsense@gmail.com or connect with us on our socials. Now's the time on the show where we take on Reddit's most pressing questions by finding the top trending questions and answering them here. The first one comes from Ask Reddit, username Purple Bashir. They ask, what is the first major news story you remember as a kid? What is the first major news story you remember as a kid?
I think for me, it was like the local flooding in Portland in 96,
Yeah,
93,
96. Yeah.
96.
Nope,
Yeah,
not
it was a flood.
96. Yeah.
It seems kind of late to have memories of that stuff, but I just remember everybody being pretty nervous about it.
Yeah, I think mine was probably the 2004 election results, Bush winning a second term, because I'm pretty young. No, I'm just kidding.
Crickets.
You guys are too tired to do the math. Yeah, probably like Desert Storm stuff.
I remember that coverage, but I don't ever remember like the significance of it. Like I just
No,
remember
certainly
seeing
not the
all of it.
significance. I remember. I only remember it sort of. Honestly, like I don't even know if I remember that. Like I don't know if that's like a projected memory because I think that the I think you're probably right, Matt. The 96 floods is something that I remember, but aside from that, I don't know. I don't think I have. Which, yeah, I was like 11. Oh, wait, what year? 96?
96.
Yeah, 11. That's pretty late for not remembering new stuff. I know my kids are going to remember the elections that happened in their lives.
They're just a bit more connected.
True.
I think TV was, even if you had it in your home and you had cable or satellite or whatever, it was still kind of a rarity. But
Yeah.
maybe I'm just being pessimistic on that side.
Yeah, I also I remember like the was it the 91 and 92 season of the Blazers where they're doing really well,
Oh, yeah.
where they
yeah.
had like Clyde Drexler and Jerome Kersey
Right.
and Kevin Duckworth, like all those
Yeah.
guys on the
Right.
team.
And they got their Dairy Queen mugs.
Yeah, I remember like all of that kind of stuff going on.
That's a good point. Back when when the Blazers, that was like their last wholesome, really good year. Because then they turned into the jail Blazers after that. Hey, there it is.
Yeah, nice.
Which one is that? Is that Terry?
This is Terry Porter. Yeah.
Nice.
Cliff
have all of them?
Robinson. No, I just have this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because there was like, I think there was a Buck Williams one too.
That was
All the
from
guys that
Dairy
have
Queen,
died.
right?
Yeah.
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 You had to get the mountain meal or whatever.
Uh-huh.
It was the... Oh, yeah. Actually, it says 91, 92 on it. So,
Nice.
Boom.
yeah.
Huh.
Anyway. Yeah, like Clyde Drexler was on Wheaties box.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my parents having that, and they probably still do have it in their cupboard.
My dad has it in the garage. On this.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, earlier than that though, like anything from the 80s, I don't remember.
Mm-mm. I barely I mean, my memory is trash anyway, but I don't even have like non-news. I don't know what my earliest memories are.
Well, also you were fairly disconnected, Jake. Like you guys didn't really have TV or anything to.
No, we didn't. We got the newspaper, but I was more of a comics page than a news article reader. I do remember when I realized that I wasn't connected because like I had the resources to do it, like to read the newspaper, specifically the newspaper, I guess. And that realization of being like, oh, I probably should read the newspaper.
Well, by the time you hitch up your pony and come into town, you get your news like, oh, we landed on the moon. This is great.
Well, I'll be.
I do remember going to your house, Jake, and using the bathroom, and it'd be like that the comics would be in there. I was like, do people just sit here and read these comics while they do their business? I was like, I thought this was just in movies. Like, people do that.
And also at the Wilhelmy house.
I gotta finish the jumble.
What are some of the responses?
Top one is Challenger explosion.
Again, another thing like I remember happening, but
did that happen in our lifetimes? When was Challenger?
Or was that before?
86, so we wouldn't have
it was
really partaken in it, but
we would have been infants.
Wee babes.
But were you guys talking about the conspiracy theory that the Challenger explosion was faked and that the people that like the teachers and stuff who were a part of it are still alive? And
I've seen
we talked about that in an early episode when we were going down conspiracy theory road.
With most conspiracy theories, it just makes you like like to what end? Like what would be the point of doing that?
You
To
know,
this day, so we still talk about it. Keep
well,
NASA relevant.
I do wonder. Yes, to what end? I am finding more and more now, like because of the the amount of connection that we have on our daily lives with with the internet and cell phones and all that shit, is that there's like a lot of pettiness out there, and there's a lot of ways to make money, and the idea of shorting a stock or shorting like the in essence shorting like a product or a service or something like that, it's not, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but it's
Do
not
it.
out of the realm of possibility that there's like a short term gain from something like that that we might not be privy to and might not ever be privy to again. But like there's some petty shit that happens that makes people a buttload of money very quickly that I think might warrant something like that. Now, the Challenger probably not, but like I've seen some, we've seen some weird shit occur. And
I showed you the guy who has the conspiracy theory that Elvis is alive and he's a pastor at a really small church in like Tennessee or something like that. I've sent that to you, Brandon. But I mean, this guy goes to lengths to like dissect the face and the features and the way that he sounds and the voice inflections, because like people are now starting to go to this church and he's like, I'm not Elvis. It's like, but it's like he'd have to admit, and he's like, I guess maybe a little. And is it like, here, look at this shit that these people put together. Like people put a lot of time and effort into these things.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't buy it. But yeah, there's definitely ways to manipulate the market and things that maybe that's the point. Um let's see. O.J. Simpson. I was 8 years old in 1984. I remember sitting in
Oh,
that circle on the
yep.
floor we used to do in school, and teacher talking about it.
yeah, I remember OJ
Um,
Simpson.
We
Was
didn't
that
really ever
Uncle
talk
94?
Sam's
about it, but
death.
it was just on.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Baby Jessica trapped in the well.
That's a nursery rhyme.
Oklahoma City bombing.
Yep, there you
Yep.
go.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, we're missing all the good ones. I guess like
Um,
Columbine. Columbine, I definitely remember. And the
yeah, we
Springfield one,
were.
Kip Kinkle. Kip Kinkle, remember him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. Um,
Yeah. Wait, Columbine happened in '99?
That was Colorado, but the
yeah,
Springfield one happened before that,
Oh, oh, oh.
wasn't it? Didn't the
Yeah,
Springfield
no,
one happen
yeah. I
first?
think that was like
no.
97, maybe, or 98, maybe.
Do that on your Google search, Jake.
I was at Thurston High School in Springfield. I can take you there, Matt, if you want to do a
Thrilling.
sightseeing tour.
Go take some selfies.
Actually, we could go visit Kip. I think he's in Salem.
Yeah, it could be a twofold. We could go on a ghost tour while we're there.
Ooh.
Ba-dum-bum.
This person says the presidential race between Carter and Reagan.
Was that heated?
I don't know.
Shrugs shoulder.
9/11.
9/11. Yeah, I was gonna say that immediately, but I was like, God, no, we were in high school. I
Yeah.
surely remember something before then.
President Kennedy being shot. End of World War II. Goddamn, how old are some of these users?
Well, pretty soon we're going to be able to say the start of World War III. I remember our D-Day or whatever that was.
Yeah.
Well, this person would be the end of World War II. They say I was 5 years and 1 month old, and we kids grabbed pots and spoons to march around the streets making noise. So that means this Reddit user would be 85 years old.
It's his grandson.
This person said, "Damn, I thought I was the oldest person on Reddit remembering Queen Elizabeth's coronation in 1952 when I was 5."
Imagine just being pissed off. Like, man, I thought I was the oldest Reddit user.
Well, I mean, it's, I guess, pretty, it's just posting, like a message board type thing. So it's not like you're having to like TikTok is probably a little bit harder to grasp than Reddit for older generation. Elvis dying, allegedly.
Rumors.
Vietnam. Michael Jackson dying.
Prince dying.
Yeah.
Interesting
Are
stuff.
you researching something, Jake?
Yeah, I was just looking at
School shootings.
School shootings.
school shootings. Yeah. It's pretty fun over here.
What's the best gun to use?
Maybe we should move on. Maybe we should do something different.
Let's bring this up.
All right. Well, maybe let me do a more fun question. Okay. Well, yeah, I was gonna do the next one might also be kind of less fun, so I'll do this one. This is from Ask Reddit, username communicationsum545. How common is it for people to sleep completely naked?
Ooh, feelings about this one.
Oh,
Never happen. Never gonna happen.
why?
It makes me feel like so exposed or vulnerable. I guess you are exposed. But no, it just makes me feel really vulnerable for some reason. Like somebody breaks into your house and you're like, ah! Even if
but at that point you have the upper hand, certainly.
Yeah, but still, even if you just had boxers on, for me, that I think that would have more security. I don't know. It's just what do you guys
Or
think?
if your kids needed something like help with something in the middle of the night. It's like, okay, let me rest your side naked and
yeah. Hold my daughter's hair while she's has a stomach bug and puking, and I'm just like
weenie waving. So here's the thing. Most of the time I wear briefs now, so it's not all that dissimilar.
Briefs or boxer briefs?
Briefs.
Oh. You are old.
Allison. Got my shit all over the place down there. You gotta keep it tight like a tiger. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. What's preventing me from sleeping naked is probably the kids. I mean, no, I'd wear underwear probably just because I feel like that's a little bit more sanitary.
Before your children, did you sleep in the nude?
On occasion, but not regularly. I would just sleep in underwear. How do you guys sleep?
Yeah, I do. So I do boxer briefs, but I or I have these I finally found these jogger pants that I like.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll wear my yoga pants to bed.
Good man. Yoga pants.
Full 3-piece suit, wingtips.
Yeah. Wingtip slippers. You probably could out there find a zoot suit pajama set. There's got to be one out there.
Yeah.
I wear the long nightgown, the nightcap.
The Uncle Joe cap.
I would love that so much.
Or Grandpa Joe cap.
If someone
And I
knocks
have
on
a
the door late at
candlestick
night,
next
you
to
have a
my bed.
candlestick. Yeah.
So if I hear a noise, I can say, "Who goes there?"
So when the ghost of Christmas past comes to you,
That's what I was just thinking.
um, no, my wife, because she's in perimenopause, she keeps the room like an ice box, and
Yeah.
so I usually just sleep with a t-shirt and undies on.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
the recent trip to North Carolina was challenging because my father-in-law keeps his house at 82 degrees. So there was definitely not much clothing being worn at night.
Yeah. No, I get too warm, even if it's hot. It doesn't take like once I'm settled in. I usually heat up like an oven, and Anna likes it because she generally runs cold, and so I just heat up the bed. But myself, like I can't wear clothes. And actually, when I do, Anna's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm just feeling cold." And she's like, "You're sick." And then like moments later, I'll be sick.
There was a period of time where I thought I had leukemia because I would wake up in the middle of the night, but I'd be drenched in sweat, and like that's one of the
Oh.
symptoms. Because I was like I wasn't sick, but I would wake up and like I had soaked through not just the sheets but the comforter, and it's like one
Good
of those
Lord.
you have to towel yourself off. Like, and
Wow.
that was happening quite a bit, and then it just kind of stopped. And I was like, what's going on? And then it kind of started again. I was like, oh, it's just because I'm old and I have to have like my pillows in such a way, and I can only sleep with a comforter in such a way. I've just become a dainty little fellow. I can't be that 20-year-old that's like covered up all under covers with just my mouth showing, you know?
Oh, do you like full cocoon?
I used to. I think Brandon remembers when I would I would sleep with the covers over my head because I was afraid of the dark as a kid,
Oh,
and as it
sure.
turns out, into my early adulthood.
Yeah.
But I just found that to be cozy and comforting, which perhaps is another reason why I don't think I can sleep naked, is because I don't have anything to keep me cozy and comfy.
Yeah.
There's also like I just don't like the idea of my bare ass rubbing up against my sheets.
Your white sheets. You don't want your bed to look like
Yeah.
one big brief.
To look like a racetrack.
Well, but like for like how often is your butthole scraping against the sheets? Like,
Well,
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't know.
never.
If
You
you
got some
sit down or
cheeks
you
back
get
there.
up or I don't know.
yeah.
Okay, so I can actually tell you a gross story.
Okay.
So when we were in Mexico last year, I got a tummy bug, and
I remember.
it was pretty violent, and I had to use the restroom, and I did, and I came back, and I got into bed, and I had to pass some gas, and I was like, "Ew, oh no, what?"
No.
And it was on the sheets, and my wife was so nice. Yeah, she was so nice, and she was like, "Well, we're gonna go to the pool. You can stay here." And then, sure enough, I thought I was gonna be good enough to get out. Like, I even struck the bed because I was like this poor housekeeper, and I tried to like cover it all up in the cover sheets and the.
Oh no.
She knocks on the door. I was like, "Well, it's got to be replaced." So I was like, "Yeah, come in." I was like, "I'm gonna go sit on the porch because I don't feel good." She's like, "Oh, it's okay, it's okay." And I was looking at her like silhouette through the to see if she was still there, and she was like,
She does the sign of the cross. She's like, Dios mío.
there was this pause in her movement, and it just goes and puts it into the bin. I was like, oh, she totally saw it, didn't she? Because I took everything off the bed because I was like, oh, please don't be on the mattress. Please don't be on the mattress.
Yeah.
So it's not like it was very well hidden, but it's like, oh god, she saw it. So don't sleep naked and never trust a fart.
And never trust a fart. I think that's a good mantra. there, Matt.
Especially with this
Never-
aging crowd.
I know. We've got these loose ends all over the place.
Literally. Well, we got time for one more question. Or was that two?
No, those 2 questions.
Oh.
Yeah, I gotta go to bed. I don't know what you're talking
Sweet.
about. Another question?
Oh, I just thought we
Yeah,
just
but
did one.
I'm just
Some of
kidding.
us can't be up all night answering questions, man. Do I look like a
do
damn magic 8-ball?
I do applaud you, Jake, because when we were over there, I was like, man, I could imagine recording right now.
Yeah.
As I'm sweating in this room with clothes on. Like, be
Well, really
naked.
quickly, here's some answers
yeah.
that people give. They say, as a first responder, I can tell you it is extremely common for people to sleep naked.
Oh no.
Somebody responded saying, as a first responder, there is an epidemic of old men not wearing pants throughout the day.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
How do we get to that age? How do we get to that like level of comfortability? Like, oh damn,
This person says, I have silky sheets and I like being naked.
I mean, it is fun to slip and slide around. I will say, when you swim naked, you feel like or like with a Speedo, you feel like a dolphin because you feel like there's like no drag. And when you swim, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so fast. And I'm
I
sure
feel
you're
like
not going that much.
I feel like
faster,
the drag is definitely more noticeable though when you're naked. I also don't like swimming naked because it's moving your rudder around.
Right?
You-
and then
You turn left. You
that's
turn right,
essentially-
it goes left.
right, and that's essentially what fish are looking for, right? So
Yeah. Exactly. You get one of those bass. You swim in a pond full of bass. They're gonna see your little worm out, and they're gonna strike while the iron's hot.
Once my cat decided to play ping pong with my balls, that was the moment I stopped sleeping naked.
What show is it where they were talking about that? And he's like, "Oh, I bet it just feels like somebody's throwing like little marshmallows at the back here." Yeah. Also, having like sneaky animals or cheeky animals
yeah, no,
also makes me feel like, I don't know, for whatever reason, if people would keep snakes or like lizards or anything that can roam, I guess, like especially cats. I wouldn't
Yeah.
want a random like, I'm gonna paw into this to ouch.
nope, no, thank you.
Yeah. This person says, I can't do it. I have to at least wear underwear.
Feel ya.
I sleep naked in case someone breaks in. Nobody wants to fight a naked man.
I mean, there is the benefit there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd also be like terrified if you believed in the supernatural, like a ghost's, like paranormal activity just rips the covers off your bed, and they're like, ah, it's like, this ghost is fucking with me naked.
So is that on the podcast 2 non-nude sleepers and 1 nude sleeper?
Who's the nude sleeper? You, Brandon?
I mean, me, but I don't do it.
No.
I don't mind doing it, and sometimes it's really nice.
Yeah.
Go full spread eagle on it.
Or
Maybe I'll
hop into
try it in
hop into a
Eugene.
hammock and look like a ham.
It's like a hot dog. Well,
All right. Well,
let's call it.
thank you all for listening. Please support the show over at Patreon at patreon.com/qualified-nonsense. Watch us over on YouTube at youtube.com/@qualified-nonsense. Also, feel free to send any questions or comments to qualifiednonsense@gmail.com or hit us up on our socials found in the episode description. After you've done all that, please rate, review, share, like, and subscribe on your podcast app of choice. And we'll see you back here next week for another brand new episode of Qualified Nonsense.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Sleep tight.